I hope everyone's doing well. My name's Annie and I'm the Green Witch. And today I'll be sharing with you guys my first spell. Well, the first spell that I'm putting on this channel. Definitely not the first spell I've ever worked, but this is the first spell I'll be sharing with you guys. Excuse the cricket, who is it? Well, so I've been working all week on this spell, trying to make it perfect and make sure that it was easy enough to understand and work into as many lives as possible. I've done a few iterations of this in the past. I created it in the first place for my boyfriend when he was having a lot of sleep issues, and it's one of those that I think is really easy to implement into a lot of different people's lives. So I thought it was a good starting spell for the channel. I mainly use this spell for myself or my friends or my family when somebody is having an issue sleeping, whether that be nightmares or just a difficulty staying or falling asleep. It's a super simple spell that I think is pretty easy to manipulate or alter to your individual needs. And I think it's a good place to start for a lot of people that are kind of new to spell work. I guess I should tell you what I call it, right? That's where it should start. So today we're making a sleep sachet. Or a sleeping sachet, whichever you prefer. One of my favorite ways to work with magic is to make an herbal bag. And I know I say bag weird. We don't need to get into it. It's just how it is. It's not changing. I'm sorry if I offended you. But anyways, I work a lot with herbal bags and I think that they're invaluable to a green witch or just a witch in general. They're super simple to make, but they hold a lot of power within them. And I think it's a pretty baseline understanding of spell work, and it's a good way to start practicing witchcraft. So let's get into it then, shall we? For this spell, you're going to need a small bag. Typically I use either muslin or cotton. You'll also need lavender flowers, chamomile, hibiscus flowers, and this part can be interchanged with rose petals, and I'll explain a little bit on that later. Crystals. I recommend amethysts, clear quartz, and rose quartz, as well as a handful of essential oils. My favorites are lavender, lemon balm, and orange. And like I said earlier, I'll explain why I'm using all of these in a bit. And at the end, I will explain a little bit more on how you can personalize it and make it your own. And this is because I think it's important to alter spell work to yourself and your individual needs, because it's really never one size fits all. What works for me may not work at all for you, or it may work pretty well, but maybe you need a little dose of this too. It's all reliant on the individual because we're all so incredibly unique and you can't really expect everything to work perfectly for everybody. It has to be tailored to all of us. But I will talk a little bit more on this at the end and kind of give a few ideas on how to alter it or things that I've done to alter it in the past. I've seen some pretty good results on my end, and I'm hoping that it'll work well for you too. Now, prior to starting the spell, it's important that you have a clear intention in your mind. Intention is important in any level of spell work, especially the simple ones, because spell work only really holds the power that you give it. So go in with a clear mind and an even clearer intent. Now, I have a whole nother video on mindset and spell work and intent, and I'll be sure to link that down below and here, maybe at the end. We'll see. But I think it offers a little more insight into the importance of it and how to achieve a clear mindset and intent. Alrighty then, let's get into the spell. Like I said earlier, this spell is super simple and you're probably not going to believe how incredibly simple it is, but I think that's part of its effectiveness and ease for especially new witches. To start off, begin by grabbing a couple pinches of your herbs and mixing them into a bowl. For this, like I said before, I'm using lavender, chamomile, and hibiscus flowers. I use lavender in every single sleeping spell I create or do. Lavender in and of itself is a powerful sleep aid, and it's incredibly relaxing and calming, and the vibrations that it gives off work incredibly well with anything revolving around sleep or the idea of sleep. Chamomile is also wonderful for anything revolving around sleep because it does have that same soothing and calming quality about it. And it also aids in having pleasant dreams, which I think is always a happy little bonus. Now, I chose hibiscus flowers, which I don't think is necessarily a very common additive in sleeping spells, but for me personally, I found it offers really powerful, insightful intense dreams. And I'm not meaning this in a bad way. They are intense, but they're fun, they're intriguing, and I enjoy them. They're adventurous dreams. And I think that's important in creating something like a sleeping spell. I mean, so much of our lives are just spent sleeping, so why not have a little fun while we're at it? I've had some pretty grand adventures in my dreams. But like I said earlier, you can also replace this with rose petals if you would prefer to have softer, sweeter dreams. But I do believe that the herbal components of the spell can be manipulated to your will and whatever you need. I would recommend always having lavender in it because it is just such a powerful sleep aid, but the other two can be altered to your needs. Once you have all of your herbs in the bowl, be sure to mix it all together really well. It's important that they're combined fully because it'll give a stronger effect in the end. Next, pinch bunches of your herbal concoction and place it into the bag. Then set aside while you gather your other materials. Like I said earlier, I chose to use amethyst, rose quartz, and clear quartz for this spell. Amethyst blocks stress and negativity, and it's extremely useful for those of us that have really overactive minds or nightmares. Rose quartz, kind of similar to rose petals, has the ability to provide clear, beautiful, soft, loving, and sweet dreams. And I'm using clear quartz because of its ability to amplify the power of other crystals. And just simply place these into the bag with your herbs. Next, I add 3 drops of each of the oils. I'm using lavender, lemon balm, and orange. Lavender, same as we discussed earlier, it has that sleep aid, relaxing, calming. I think it's invaluable to any sleeping spell. You just gotta use lavender. Lemon balm, it reduces anxiety and brings peace. And orange, even though it's a citrus and a lot of people associate citrus with kind of waking up and whatnot, orange is calming. It kind of has this different pull, and it's also cleansing, which I think is important. And you might have noticed by now that I've been using 3 of each ingredient, or group of ingredients. This is more of a Wiccan ideology, and if you don't follow that religion, you don't really have to implement this in your spell work, but there is a belief in the power of 3, and I've seen it work a little better when you implement that idea. So that's something to keep in mind if you're kind of on that same page. Once all your ingredients are added, just tie the drawstring and shake the bag. Make sure everything is combined nicely, and then you're done. You've created a sleeping sachet. Like I said before, this is a soup. There's a lot of stuff going on above me right now, so sorry if you hear all the clanking. But like I said before, this is a super simple spell, and I think it's pretty easy to make your own. Let me know how this goes for you if you try it out, or how you've chosen to alter it, or anything new that you've discovered with it. And I hope you guys enjoyed this video. It's the first time I'm doing a spell, and so I'm kind of excited about that. I hope you guys like it, and I really would like to make more like this because I had a lot of fun making it. I have had some wild editing issues with this. It's definitely going up a little later than I would like, but you know, that happens sometimes. But anyways, I hope you guys enjoyed this video, and I can't wait to make more like this, and I will see you soon, and have fun. And the camera's really far away, so I've got to reach up. Bye. That was a bad exit, but anyways, see you soon. Bye. That was better. Bleh. Manipulatable. That's not a word. Is it a word? I don't really know. Should be a word. Anyways, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. What is going on up there?